Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the ESL One Battlefield 4 Winter Cup number 4. And thank you for hanging around. We are now about to jump into round number 2.
Yes, we are, and it's going to be my favourites because, biased casting. No, it's Fnatic, and I've always loved watching them back in the day, so I'm really interested to see how they're doing now, considering they're not as flawless as they used to be. This could be a very curious game for me, but I want to see how they are overall, how they're performing as, a collective, and what they're really bringing. Are we live into this one, I believe?
We are.
All right, let's get this one started then. So it will be Fnatic starting out on the Chinese side. The US side will indeed be Revo.
All right, so Revo had some decent success in recent times. They actually beat Atlas last week, and of course some big names in there as well. Taiyu and Hawaii, you guys should know them quite well. And Fnatic have struggled in recent times, but they haven't. They sort of always get at least to the semi-finals here, so they would be expecting to win. Oh, they'll actually give us a restart here. That's okay. Not a problem.
Rip the dream. I was all excited. You were getting all excited. I was excited. That didn't happen.
That's fine. I'm sure that'll be ironed out. So we go into a bit of a 1-minute countdown period before we do go live. So that's fine. We actually can unpack this one a little bit more here as well.
Yeah, we can. So the thing we're going to be seeing is Siege to start off with, as you guys just saw. Then going to Resort. Now that is very new to me. Something I'm definitely not used to seeing on a competitive level. I played the hell out of it myself, don't get me wrong. But, not what I'm used to seeing there. And then to close out, I've required Dawnbreaker. So first of all, thoughts on Fnatic on this map especially. How have they been performing? Is there something we need to keep our eyes on? Or is it more about the fact that we've got Resort coming in as map 2?
Well, both, I guess. But to start with Siege as well, Fnatic started fairly well against Epsilon on this one in Cup number 2 when they made their grand final. But the second half was atrocious, and that's where they lost the game. Yeah.
See, now this baffles me still. I think the countdown started, so we can get off these ugly mugs. I mean, beautiful faces. And actually look at the game, because that's what I'm really curious about. Because, as you noted, or said at the very start of this, Fnatic aren't as untouchable as they used to be. They have become humans. They're not first in a league. They're not winning every cup. And it's rare. It's not what I'm used to seeing. So knowing that they don't have the perfect play on this is quite defining to me.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I mean, Fnatic have demonstrated definitely some frustrations as well following their games in recent times. I don't even think they entered the Go for Battlefield Cup on the weekend. It's gone here, so they opted not even to bother with that one, where often they have been in that one recently.
If I'm honest, I think this team was testing another game currently for a different developer during that weekend, if I'm not mistaken. But still, Fnatic are now starting this one off. We are live into the game. Fnatic starting out on the US side, on the Chinese side. As stated previously, it's going to be Revo, and I'm looking forward to seeing Taiyu. This is the guy that I've been harping on about for ages. He used to infuriate Easy. I do remember this back in the day, and as an individual, he is highly talented. But as a collective, it was all about Fnatic, and they have recovered the bomb first. Absolutely.
They will get to that one first, generally. They can just sit on it now, and he's actually going to drop it there. Mort will voluntarily put that one down. They'll try and secure the area more around the middle of the map here. Mort will be pushing around on that western flank here. Just trying to set up Fnatic. Just taking the time a little bit here. Not going for anything too crazy. Mort will be the first to sort of get into a fight here as Taiyu does take down Easy, as he loves to do frequently. And a bit of back and forth there over the middle part of the map.
Yeah, and Revo aren't in a rush either. They want to get the clean picks. They've taken down 2, which has opened up some avenues, but on the flanks, there's still Valutaja, the Estonian beast, waiting out on the eastern wings if needed. And then, of course, that bomb does reset pretty close. So you can see Fnatic's theory behind it. Just keeping the bomb close enough. If they want to commit, they can do. If not, it doesn't reset too far away. Easy's going to go ahead and get one of the kills on the western side. That's going to open things up for the crossfire. And now Revo have to commit to something. They're already putting players across it, but it does look as though Fnatic are only down to 4 players. So hopefully their 5th will rejoin us here, as it does look as though, even with 4, Fnatic are holding on fairly well.
Drunks had struggled with connection issues, actually, in our cups in recent times, so I'm not really sure if it's a specific server thing or something else, but we've had the same servers ever since we sort of started here as well, and it's been more recently that Drunks has had extreme issues, so hopefully he can be back in towards the game here fairly soon, but it doesn't really seem like Fnatic is suffering too much without him.
Yeah, Easy was in a really good position up on the kind of balcony area that we saw being so prevalent back in the days, but Fnatic are basically just trying to keep possession of the bomb until their 5th can come back, and it makes sense. And then you have Unfix playing pretty passively, just being like the last guard in a forward position on the respawn points. So the theory crafting is correct from them. It's just they're going to have to play from the back line, simple as that. And Revo's going to make the most of it. Why hold back? If you're going to get a shot at it, go for it. Valu's going to get the eastern spawn, so he's going to try and make his way through there. Taiyu is chasing behind on the boys as the crossfire does come in. Not going to find much of a connection, and that bomb probably going to go down pretty darn soon.
Yeah, Biscuit should be able to put that one down on towards at MCOM. He doesn't really have much pressure coming in towards him now, as Fnatic are mostly kept outside of this southern complex here.
Oh, and look on the flank as well. There's a player right behind them. I think that's going to be Taiyu just keeping him busy. This is what I mean. The guy's a pest. That's a double kill. Drunks is going to to fall to him. Drunks is back with us, ladies and gents, and what a welcome to the server. The straight-up exchange does come in, and that's a great bit of play from Tayo, just committing himself to that to make Fnatic pay a little bit of time, and now Fnatic have to play from, once again, the back lines here.
So it's always a transaction, actually, for Fnatic, especially when you're trying to make your way towards this bomb. You're investing time, I guess, in position. You know, you spend your players to try and get into a position where you can sort of defuse this one out. Revo are trying to make those very costly transactions at that. Tayo now trying to take on Unfixed and Valley. Tayo actually going to be able to pick up Alien. Biscuit is managing to tuck himself away here. This could be devastating for Fnatic. They might not be able to get on this and defuse it with Biscuit holding through the smoke. Mort goes down, and that's devastating. The first MCOM will go over to Revo.
And again, Fnatic back down to 4 there. I don't know what is with Drunks. That's a real shame to see, but you know, if they can't keep the players in the server, I don't know how they're going to keep up with this. Revo are not a pushover at their core anyway. That's the bigger thing here. These guys are very, very talented. So Fnatic are not known to tilt too hard, apart from Easy, I guess. But you don't want to give that guy a chance, and you know, they're getting locked down into that spawn area. This is something we saw in that previous game on this map. That eastern spawn corner is something that you'll see teams with the advantage consistently hammer away on. And outside of that already, you can see the roaming squad of kind of Padax and Hawaii going to go looking out there. But Easy's going to find one, but he should get traded out, and in the end, as Alien and Mort are getting that 1v1.
That's right, bomb in the hands of Alien right now, and he is having to deal with Mort at this stage. Grenade over the top of that container, one response from Mort. Alien looking for his assailant at the moment, not able to find him. Tayu actually went down, and that allowed Mort to push straight through and pick them both up here. So Biscuit will have to make his sort of resurgence back from the southern side of the map, but the bomb in the hands of Mort is actually heading for C.
Yeah, and he's probably going to get a plant. I doubt he'll be able to sustain it, but he's certainly going to go for it. He's going to get the bomb down right about now, gets the fire on, has to do pretty much inhuman things here. He's going to get the tag, get the information, get those spots out, but can he stay alive? Reinforcements are on the way, bearing in mind. Easy's now with him, Unfixed on the western flank, excuse me. So this could be a possibility. Let's see if they can do this with 4 players. This would be outstanding, but already that incendiary coming in, the 4 players surging forward for Revo. They're not going down without a fight.
Patra now is on that bomb. He's trying for a defuse, but 2X is going to catch him before he can even do that. Biscuit and Tayu will respond and make it the 2v2 situation. Hawaii now going to be respawning in a little bit later on. The bomb's still ringing, I guess, in alarm now, and there's no defuse.
Morta just picked up 2, switching up that G18 to finish off the job with Unfixed now there. Pretty much Morta just went massive for them, picking up those 2 players, just secured in that MCOM, bring it back to a 1 apiece here. Fnatic, you know what? They may be down to 4, but they're not down and out of the game, and already Unfixed behind the vast amount of Revo as they are pushing down towards the southern side, expecting that bomb to re-come through.
It's the first time I've seen a team with 4 actually get a successful MCOM detonation there. If anyone was going to be able to do it, would probably be Fnatic there. It was a great effort by Mort, actually 9 and 5 as far as his score is concerned, to push up on that one, make it 10 now as he gets a pick towards the middle of the map, and the bomb spawning back.
Yeah, that bomb location, once again, is going to be hard work for Fnatic. The ball is literally in their court and not in the good way. Mort's going to have to kind of fall back, play it passively again, maybe hope to the sweet internet gods that you know, Drunks can make it back in time, because currently they are certainly operating at a massive deficit, and it's kind of just trying to stem the bleeding more than anything, and you're seeing the play start going through. And you know the best thing about this is the Revo can just commit 1 player anywhere they want. They can just have that roaming aggressive threat that it looks like is going to be Hawaii right now. He is running that AEK, so he wants to get up in, you know, up in their face, real personal. He's got the bomb and he's going for a run. 3 players are already set up for this, but Unfixed just not landing the shot.
No, Fnatic hard pressed to keep them at bay right now, and still, well, for the moment, Hawaii did have the bomb in hand, but he goes down, and this is great. Drunks now back in the server, gets a kill to start things off here, and the bomb, well, after the area is at least secured, is Value now going hunting. He did have the spot on towards Biscuit on the other side of that, so we'll be aware of his presence. Fnatic can now push forward in numbers. You can see already the vanguard of Mort pushing right up. He's actually spotted a few, but he fluffs it. He had a great opportunity there to cut multiple players down, but he chokes.
Yeah, he certainly does. And you can see Unfixed waiting on the flank then. If he could get the information through, if, for example, you know, Drunks or Easy could have got some spots out, he could have gone on the flanking maneuver, but wasn't able to do it. So they're playing quite passively in this one, waiting for some opportunities to come their way. And a couple of kills here and there is certainly going to provide that. But it looks as though Easy, Unfixed, looking towards the west. You got Mort splitting towards the eastern side. And this complete red line from Revo, just holding that, you know, pretty central road here. Not be laying down the suppressing fire, but no one going down just yet. And it looks like Revo is slowly creeping forward as Fnatic is sending the likes of Mort, joined by Value towards the eastern side. And that bomb is not far away.
Fnatic seem a little bit more confident now as they are coming forward. You see, look at that aggressive push by Mort, actually gets him cut down.
Hawaii went pushing then. He got found in the end, actually. Good play on the defensive sort of aspect from Drunks coming in towards that kind of later side of carrying that bomb out. So he's going to make the mad dash towards the eastern side. Valutaja has to fall in this one as Mort now has to pick up the mantle of locking down that street. But now here comes the Drunk's running the gauntlet pretty much. The revive does come out. He's cautious, he's careful, but he's going to make the play. Peering across the street. He's got 2 possible bomb sites. A looks a little threatening, but here comes the kill. It's Tayo and Biscuit once again to do the damage. And they may trade out, sure, but it doesn't matter. That bomb is loose, and no one is there to pick it back up.
Valley's just going to cower inside the container for a moment now, and, well, I think he has been spotted out. Alien knows he's inside there. In fact, the entirety of Revo are going to go after him. Hawaii will be the one to step up to the plate here as well and just try and flush that man out. Alien just around the corner. Valley Tarja manages to at least get him, and the revive will come in. So Revo have been able to reconstruct their forces here a little bit. And Mort is taking a moment here.
He's just chilling. Just chilling. He'll rejoin us. There we go. He's back. But so, as you said, Drunks and Value being the kind of furthermost players, pushing the furthest forward. I've got to say, this is a very curious game already. You're seeing the kind of heavy hitters doing well, which is a good sign for Fnatic, aka Value and Mort. But on the other side, of things, it's more Revo playing well as a collective. You know, every single player is operating well. But Revo is still being very cautious on taking the opportunities here. They don't want to rush in unless they get 2 or 3 kills. They are very meticulous in this fact.
Tayu now just sitting well and truly back here with the bomb in hand, just trying to hold on a minute and 20 seconds left in this half here. So both these 2 teams just need to make something happen if they want to get that 2 MCOM bonus going into it. Pacha now finds himself on his own. There's not really enough room here for Fnatic to get a bomb plant directly, so Pacha can hold up a little bit. Spawns are coming in on towards him now. Shots towards that bomb carrier as well. He gets himself in a very forward and aggressive position. He's got players all around him, and he will finally fall. But Too Easy now might find himself in a bit of a compromising situation as he goes down to Alien, pushing through to container. Yeah,
and already Tiger going to be looking to maybe support this one, checking if there's anyone else slip forward, and Alien, should I say, not Alien, it's not Wild Tanks, is there as well. So you can see them trying to slowly but surely chip away, and it is like kind of a wave crashing on the beach. It's a slow kind of repeating effect more than anything until it breaks.
War of attrition.
It really is at this point. No one wants to make that big risk, and it looks like in the kind of later part of this round, Fnatic are starting to find their footing. And that's a dangerous thing. If they start, operating like they should do, this game will eventually go in their favor. But as that squad wipe comes in, Fnatic can actually start moving the bomb up, and they're going to go for the safer choice of A, it seems, with Unfix being the kind of point man going a little further forward.
Revo just sort of dropping the ball at the last seconds of this half. There is plenty of time for a plant and a potential detonation here if Revo can't make things happen now. They've got to go up against 5 players for Fnatic. There's no easy wins here at all. Hawaii gets gunned down, so does Biscuit. This is looking pretty ugly right now. Alien has to try and hold on here. He does almost get some damage across as Pacha gets a kill on towards Too Easy. It's a 3v4 now, and Revo having to push forward in numbers, but this could be very, very ugly. Fnatic have a lot of control, and it's just Alien left. He's gunned down. He has to get behind that little box, as it were, and that is it. Fnatic should have that detonation easily enough. I don't think there's any way that Revo can get there in time. It's just Hawaii now to push.
Yeah, Hawaii's trying to do something, but it is the last resort as Drunks is just kind of toying with him there. That Rex going out to play, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And in the last moments here, Fnatic kind of pulling their pieces back together, putting everything in the right place, and they have got the high ground, they have got the setup, and they will close out the first half.
With 10 seconds left in that half, Fnatic do get a plant down, and Revo just having the rug pulled out from under them.
Yeah, just going to have a little quick check-in with the scoreboard, see how they're all doing. So yeah, Value Unfixed doing well. That's what I wanted to see. I was going to say earlier that Unfixed was having a quiet game, but then he really came back into it, and Drunks did rejoin us late, so not too surprising. Sorry about that. I should have probably warned you from like, welcome back! I haven't produced in a while. It's difficult. Battlefield's pretty difficult. It's keeping me on my toes. But still, yeah, as I said, Revo tried to make the opportunities happen, but they were very cautious with it, and I almost wanted them to take more of a risk, kind of be more aggressive with it, and actually punish Fnatic for those 4 players, if I'm honest. I know that sounds really harsh because, fair play and all that jazz, but you got to win somehow, and if that's how you win, that's how you win. But even when Drunks was there, they had several opportunities. I just don't think they were as potent using them as we saw, even Fnatic and their opponent in the last game. I think there's a lot more to be seen from them if they found a little more aggression and a little more fluent kind of play towards how to break down these seemingly standard holds that Fnatic were putting out. But no, I think Fnatic, we haven't really seen much of them yet because this is still them operating on 4 players pretty much, and Drunks occasionally, treating us to his company. But going into the second half here, I just want Revo to be more aggressive. I want them to be a little more confident in their place.
Yeah, credit to Fnatic for showing great tenacity as well with only 4 players to sort of just hold on when they did. Revo seem to have a couple players that are confident enough to go head-to-head with these Fnatic guys as well, but when you've got Mort that's running point and that is completely disrupting your lineups and getting 1 for 2, or trading really effectively, getting 2 kills for his own, things like that, it's super hard to keep that guy quiet.
It really is, and all these players are capable of doing that. I'm just curious to see why they seem so deficient in this game mode in comparison to how they used to be, and I don't think they'll take that too offensively. I've cast these guys almost for years now. I've known of Value for almost 10, 11 years now. The guy is historically a phenomenal player, but they don't seem as well oiled. They don't seem as well set up as we saw against Epsilon. I'd say maybe Revo are a slightly stronger opponent in that aspect than we saw Epsilon have in their first game. But still, I'm curious we've not seen the kind of beautiful tactical mind and play that comes with Fnatic, because they used to be relentless. It started on the likes of Locker back in the day, which was their stronghold, and then it took the French squads, with that aggressive, fast rotates to break it down, and that was the only time you really saw that weak, a little bit of a chink in the armor more than anything, and then it applied to Zavod, and slowly but surely the other teams caught up. But it's curious not seeing them looking so fluent, I feel, is the main thing. Because it always looked like Epsilon had a plan. They were like, okay, if we get the control here, this is how we play it. This is our setup. If we don't, this is how we work back in. I didn't quite see that then from Fnatic. Maybe I'm being highly critical, but when you are like, the reigning champion, essentially, you have to deal with that sort of criticism. I'm sure they will do.
This seems a far cry from what they were showing us, even in last season, or even it's quite a iteration last season. They only dropped the one cup, and it was Penta Sports that actually were the first to really start shaking things up and flowing the smokes. Also, a lot of Hainan Resort games from Penta, which really helped them out as well. But Fnatic now haven't really hit their stride here. I think it's a practice thing as well. I would have to ask. I've spoken to a few Fnatic players as well, and they're sort of saying it right now. We haven't really had the time to put in as much practice as we're normally able to, and that's why these keen Marines like Epsilon are able to steal these cups away. Yeah,
Fnatic, of course, a lot of them do have real life jobs on the line. I think Easy's still in university, if I'm not mistaken. He might have just finished. I'm not too sure. But yeah, these guys have other stuff going on. That's the main thing. So of course, when their focus isn't completely directed towards one game, they're not as dominant. But still, I feel as though they're just kind of going through the motions at the moment, which is not what I expect from Fnatic as a whole. They are very much a better team than that. And even though they did win at half, I'm being cynical like they lost it. But, in my mind, they are meant to be the strongest team with the strongest players. And you saw occasionally breakout players against them. Tayu being one of them, of course, back quite some time ago now. I think that was mostly on Dawnbreaker as well, if I'm not mistaken. That was the one that always caught them off there. And I do remember Easy and Drunks being very vocal about it afterwards. That did make me laugh. In case, Easy ever needed more of a reason to be that vocal. But yeah, I love getting to see these guys play. It's nice to see the meta's not changed too much in the way that, the gunplay works out. You can see that there are some defined roles, and that is always quite nice of a characteristic game. You see people, either with the stubby grip, the angle grip, which gun do they play with, the 23, or do they go for the AEK? It's a really nice composition that you see coming through, and especially when you see certain players getting that real characteristic to it. So I'm hoping we see more of that. So I think it was actually Drunks who was one of the first players. Was it Drunks? I think it was. He was like one of the first solid AEK players, and he had the little Quake logo on his gun.
Yep, still has
that. That was very much him to the core. But I think Revo are just having a couple of issues. I don't know how they're struggling, but they are on that struggle bus. Down to 4. No, they were down to 3. Now they're back to 4. Tayo's rejoined us. I'll drop you guys in game so you don't have to look at our beautiful mugs. I'm talking about you. So pretty, so handsome.
Thank you.
It's okay.
Very flattering.
I'm here for you.
So, let's see now what happens when, Fnatic, ideally, in an ideal world, of course, start out with all of their players as well. Look, like you said, we expect them to be dominant. We have seen a slow burn in, I guess, some of their results in recent times.
Yeah.
And they admit it as well. I mean, it's some in different ways than others. Sometimes Too Easy just posts emoji of money on Twitter just to let us know how he's feeling.
Cash money gang.
That's sort of what he goes for. Doesn't really, these days, maybe doesn't go into deep discourse about the performance of his team. Just wants to let everyone know that they have the money.
I'm almost certain he does this to wind people up as well. If anyone's aware of Easy back in the day, his kind of biggest selling point was the fact that he could make anyone mad, and he does it so well. He does it so well. But they are all very talented on the Fnatic side. You look back historically at who these guys are. Just to point someone out of Easy to my mind would be Valu Taja, known as Reload, or there's been Mr. Anderson back in the day if you're old enough. There's several names. I think it was Dead Meat for a while, and he took that name and took it upon himself. But yeah, he's one of these classic gamers, and that's the thing, that when you've been so experienced for so long, one of the biggest factors actually Fnatic used to have back in the day was they had so much LAN experience.
Yeah.
Everyone coming in against them could have been talented, comfortable at home. You put them in on that kind of offline environment, people would not be quite as crisp.
Still makes all the difference now.
It does, and I think people are slowly catching up. The Brazilians pushed Fnatic so hard. That was probably one of my favorite games. I'm trying to think of what their name was.
Dexterity.
Dexterity, there we go. I was going to say Deserter, I'm like, that is definitely not them.
No.
But no, that was the first time. I remember speaking to Fnatic afterwards, and they're like, we've never played someone who pushed us that hard. We've never had to dig that deep. You know, we've played against Epsilon, we've played against these other guys who are great, you know, Infamous. We've lost games. But at no point did we go, do you know what, we need to step up. And Dexterity made them play that incredible style. So that's, if you ever want to check that out, head over towards the ESL YouTube channel and watch those games back. If you see Fnatic against Dexterity.
Yeah, spring finals.
Unreal. Absolutely unbelievable. And, you know, Dexterity were kicking themselves because they got so close sometimes. But you got to watch those games back. But still, it looks like we do have 5 on both sides.
Yeah, we're getting there. We'll wait for Countdown to sort of tick over in a second. And on that note as well, of course, Fnatic and Dexterity had a rematch in the finals of our summer season as well, like Gamescom, which was, again, a similar situation. It was a 3-1 result in the end, I think. Or, yeah, something like that. So, I mean, Dexterity, again, still just lacked that X factor, I guess, that they really needed to shake Fnatic up. And, and Fnatic, they have their detractors, they have their critics these days, but the argument comes out loud and clear and always is the same, is wait till you see us at LAN. This is online. A lot of factors are there. I mean, we're just talking about Drunks' lag issues before. Wait till you see us at LAN. We're comfortable there. It is our element. That's why we are Fnatic, because we are the best. And that's where it really does count, you know, at LAN.
Well, that's the thing. They're in a position to still qualify. I don't think they're going to slip beyond that. Or at least I highly doubt it. So that's, as you said, that's the main thing they can always kind of fall back to, is you are really exploring this map, aren't you?
I'm getting around
you having
it,
a good time?
as it were.
Is it good?
Getting around it.
You get around?
It's some of them are really good with like secret little places I can go to while I just talk and meander along. This one is a little bit...
I just like looking at the cat and monkey. That was my go-to.
On the screens, yeah.
Yeah, that was how I used to enjoy this map the most. And I used to check out their logo. Yeah. I used to zoom in. Alright, so we are seemingly live into this one. I don't count my chickens before they've hatched, but it does seem as though we are going with it. So Revo will be starting out on that blue side, Fnatic on the red, and already Morta going to be picking up the law. That's going to be laid down. You can already hear that one in the background. And Easy actually holding back on the spawn, it seems. Going to wait till they get some sort of ground gain and work off the back.
Same with Tayu by the looks. Both teams actually looking to just shore up those areas that need players most. And Biscuit's in the shop at the moment. That little area, very, very hard to dig people out of. But if you have good streak control, like Valley was trying to exert, then you can actually push through forward from that one quite a lot nicer. There goes Biscuit. Great spot for him now. Fnatic can start to creep it forward just a little bit. Yeah,
and in theory, Valu shouldn't have been able to do that. There was a player there. It was Alien, but it seemed Alien's attention was drawn towards Drunks. The revive will come in, so Valu on a nice little streak thus far. I think we're not live at the moment. Or are we? Am I going mad here? Hold on. I'm not sure.
Say NL. No one's killing each other.
We'll carry on as if it's live for now. But I'm a little curious. I think we are live. I think we are live.
Okay.
Maybe.
Well, we'll go as we were live. Anyway, so this is a really basic strategy as well. Fnatic push Valley Tiger in towards this shop. Then they have this part of the C area control. They push through here, and they take advantage there. And you're going to see them do this time and time again as well. Take streak control, take this shop, and then take advantage, I guess, of that, supreme positioning. But Revo now have been able to fight their way back, and Fnatic have to go to a reset and try this strategy. Every time they push, they have to go for that sort of same setup here, with, of course, variations as required. It's too easy now just duking it out at the moment with Alien, who was forced to back right away towards that center atrium. The bomb is still in the hands of Hawaii. He's under fire.
Yeah, that's more just going to be applying the pressure. He was outnumbered in the end, but the bomb switch up comes in, a little bit of time bought, but the fire going to be followed up by Easy. So that bomb is once again loose on the floor. And Fnatic are going to be applying the pressure. Bomb has been snatched, but a quick deny comes out from Tayo and Paddox, and that might just slow things down here. The players still standing are Revo. Almost a complete squad wipe to close down Fnatic, because it looks like Revo are going to build themselves up towards that plant. C is the chosen MCOM, and that will be planted with 0 challenge.
Oh, the law not connecting. See, it was just as well that Fnatic had Mort spawning in, who still had the engineer class, but he wasn't able to interrupt the plant on that site with the law from long range. It would actually hit a container. So that's unfortunate, but Fnatic now look to recover from that one. They're too easy, managing to catch a side of Hawaii. He will still be able to get past him and pick up the kill. Revo tentatively have control, I'd say that right now, especially with Tayu being such a pain in the neck on this side of the map. Fnatic can't use this now. It's not an avenue that's available to them at all.
And the best part is he can pretty much stay here and just deny that that complete route even going forward. So when that bomb, when the bomb respawns, they can kind of use him as a jump-off point. They know that's completely clear. And as we saw in the first map, with those smokes being the funnel, they're using a player for it. But Easy you know, the aim's still there. Valu did get the kill in the end, but that is a lost MCOM, and Fnatic have no one to blame but themselves. They allowed a real runaway. It looks like Fnatic want to apply the pressure on the eastern side. Tayu will have to back out of this one. Those three make it 4 players. They're going to be closing down towards Biscuit. He's not got a chance in hell. Gets smashed down. He gets the kind of slowdown so Tayu can do some work, but by this point, the bomb, in theory, should be able to fall into the hands of Fnatic, but it looks like there's going to be a race here coming back through because Hawaii's getting that back spawn as well. This could get dangerous.
That's it. Hawaii will be looking for someone here. A few spawns coming in general. Hawaii realised he doesn't really have the gun to sort of be firing through such a sort of needle-eye shot there, and Fnatic take control. They had that shot again. You see they're working that streak consistently. That's the go-to for them right now, and they have a great little chance to run onto this one now. Revo having to set up Pacha amongst the bushes, as it were, looking for the shot, does find it there. Too Easy goes down, but it's a trade. Drunks takes out Pacha in response, and Fnatic slowly advance.
Look at Mort. Keep your eyes on him. He's gone on the flank here. I think that he gave away the game a little early going for that peak nade, but he had the opportunity then to do some real damage. They might have to try that western flank instead because they are losing control, and Drunks is now outnumbered and outgunned. He's got players kind of closing in towards the player who does have the bomb. I believe that's Morton. There we go. Bomb has gone down, and the cleanup crew coming out from Revo has done the job. It's just Mort watching that cross. He's going to be watching as they do push up now. Spots out a little bit of fire coming through from the AEK. That's going to be Paxa doing the job, but doesn't finish him off. Switching up to the pistol, the G18. Just doing the little bit of a close down, and Valu trying to hold the line, but he is well outnumbered now.
That's it. Ooh, a lot of players there in his vicinity. He went down, and that was too easy. What?
Valu,
really?
like, I think Biscuit shot Valu, Easy spawned in, and then Valu shot Easy.
Oh dear. Well, that's not good idea. Normally it's actually too easy getting a few team kills because he sort of gets blinded by the bloodlust. He just sort of...
He's just a real mean guy.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. Well, Drunks now on the site. Going to heal himself up a little bit more now as the bomb is in hands of Hawaii, and Mord looks to rectify that in some way or another as he does flank around the back. He hasn't been spotted out yet at all, so this could be a good opportunity for the man. The second time in the last few minutes he has gone for that little flank. Still unspotted here. This is a very, very wide one. He should at least be able to get the bomb out of the carrier's hands. He does have shot control. He does see that player. Will he be able to get the kill? He's got to go in for the spray. He does. Hawaii goes down, but Pacha and Hawaii had already done a lot of damage to Fnatic's lineup there. Mort wasn't in the fight, and now they're going to get squad wiped because they were missing that one crucial player in their head-to-heads. And here comes Revo, going to go for a plant. And, well, Fnatic only just now starting to spawn in. It's going to be a B plant here. A little bit riskier for Revo.
They are going to utilize the kind of, let's say, the barriers on the windows. Yeah, the blinds can come down, but it is still risky. Fnatic could go for the challenge rather than just the retake. Biscuit is the one on the bomb site already. You know, there we go. Bomb is going to start going down right about now. There are players looking to deny this. He has to stop what he was doing. But it does seem as though, excuse me, the bomb has gone down. He even found a kill off the back of that. And now, retake time for Fnatic. And look at this. He can perfectly see where they're respawning in. They can get set up. And it is a cleanup crew coming down. Biscuit and Paxa just doing what they require. And they know exactly what Fnatic were up to. And it's only down to Valu and Unfixed.
Well, this is, of course, Revo's map. But Fnatic are at a risk of losing this one here. Is Unfixed now getting some spawns in on towards him. But the bomb is still ticking away here. And there are players from Revo ready to receive any sort of push. It seems to be coming over the top here for Fnatic at the moment now as they do manage to get through. But Alien will back up towards the site. Shots coming in from the outside. Hawaii didn't seem to see Mort there. But still, they have to get towards this bomb. They have a player on it now. Unfixed should be able to get the defuse. No, we get stopped!
Oh my god. That was so goddamn close. Valu's going to pick up the mantle, but this is down to the wire. Paxa isn't there to stop him. And the bomb will be defused. It does seem as though Fnatic live to fight another day, for now at least. But you'd argue that thus far, Revo has certainly been leading the way.
Very fortunate for them there. If Valu had been killed or interrupted there, that would have been an immediate MCOM detonation, and the map would have gone over to Revo, especially after they already had managed to pick up an MCOM.
Oh, look at Easy's play. He's just tucked in the corner. Valu's going to be helping him out there. Hawaii's going to find Drunks, though, and Easy gets picked up by Biscuit. That means that they've lost control of that eastern side. So Valu's going to be the last kind of linchpin point as the two players did get picked up. But the bomb is on the run. It's more. He's making a wild dash for it as the three players from Revo are going to retract back Hawaii. Biscuit and Alien quickly on his heels, but Easy spawned in. We've got Drunks in. They're going wild right now. Let's see if they can get this one done. Perfect work coming out from the Law. That's been laid down by Mort. Quickly going to try and kind of scutter up towards B, but there's Tayo, there's Alien, there's Biscuit. Is down to a 1v1 pretty much here. Unfixed, challenging down on that balcony. The respawn's coming in for Revo. This is dangerous. This is a commitment from them, but it pays out. Hawaii gets it. The bomb is now covered. The only man alive, really, was Val.
Value now just trying to hold there, just in that little back position, just to keep Revo inside their own territory. Fnatic are playing for the overtime here. They need 2 MCOM detonations to actually win this map. 1 will only net them that stopwatch mode here, so they're really going to have to fight for this one tooth and claw. They've been pushed to the very limit by Revo now. And Biscuit, speaking of that team, gets a nice little double. Look at all those bodies around him. He has managed to scuttle Fnatic's attempt at pushing forward with this one now, and it's Morty who has to go back and collect.
Yeah, and Value has to hold back these 4 players, somehow make it 5 now. 2 of them splitting on that eastern road. And it's going to be now Drunks joining Value, making sure he's not alone here. Not be able to be caught out too much more, just waiting on picking that bomb up. And here we go. This is go time, but with Alien already winning out on that exchange, this leaves him in real dire straits.
Drunks now pushing forward, but there's a player on his right as well. He didn't see it. Ty will be the one to get that kill, as he was just tucked away. And Mortar slowly advancing with this bomb. He understands, he recognises the importance of Fnatic getting a detonation at this point. They need at least 1 this half.
Unfixed Nade then just took down, I think it was Alien, who was actually sitting on that eastern side. Really good play, and now it's down to Tayu, who's just waiting out real patiently, real calmly. 2 players going to be closing in towards him. They've got the kill there, but time is running out. These guys are going to make that last push once again. And Mortar ignoring the revive. He's going to go straight towards that B site. Going to get the bomb down, or at least should I say, the BM-com. Bomb isn't going to be interrupted just yet. There we go. Planters come in. Fnatic have 4 players standing. The retake is now down to Revo.
Oh, wow, this could be tough now for them with only 2 players left to make this push on. It's just Alien and Tayu now. You see Tayu sitting out quite wide, not really able to get involved at this stage, making a bit of a long flank. And Pacha is pushing forward as well. He's coming straight forward. Hawaii, though, did see the player who managed to get the kill, I think, got too easy, but now the push continues.
He's got 2 players behind him. I don't think he knows it. He's going to find Hawaii, but will he spot out the 2 players incoming? Yes! He gets down another! This is brilliant stuff from Unfixed. He might expect 1 more. Going to drop down the detonate by that time. And this is outstanding stuff from Fnatic in the final moments there. Just starting to pick things back up, and I think they know. Revo know they can't do any more now.
No, this is it. They really can't get close enough to push on towards this bomb. And Fnatic have done it. They've secured themselves the overtime here. Now with 20 seconds left in the second half, it will go to stopwatch mode, and they will at least be able to fight for their chance to go towards the next round.
Yeah, so Fnatic, you know, clutch play when it was needed. Into the garbage time pretty much here. But wow, that was a real turn of events. Suddenly remembering how to play Battlefield, it seemed.
Well, better late than never, I suppose, now, as that is it. It is 1 apiece here in this one, and I believe overtime coming at us.
Well, we'll be finding out. Of course, I'm still a little new to this rule set, so I'm kind of just here for the ride. But yeah, so you see the individual play shining through. Unfixed 13-9 at the end, Value 16-9, so big play individually. And on the other side, Biscuit as well, Paxa. All these players, Hawaii was on 17-12, so actually the top fragger of the server was in the end for Revo. But, you know, Revo, I've got to say, I feel personally they looked better as a team. Now, Fnatic could always fall back to those small crossfires that they set up instantaneously, like, okay, you just play there, I'll just watch your cross done. But Revo as a collective seemed to be playing a lot better, and some of those diffusers coming in for Fnatic at the very end, Value's one was quite fortunate.
The reality is that Fnatic are getting squad wiped.
Yeah, they are.
That's all it is. I mean, we're not seeing that come out from Revo at all. It's just 1 quick squad wipe, it's enough. And we've already seen Siege tonight in our first game of the night, and it was exactly the same thing.
Yep.
Get a squad wipe while you're pushed close towards the enemy defenses, and it's an easy plant, and almost a guaranteed defuse as well, because you're already set up in defensive positions.
Yeah, it just speaks volumes to how good Revo actually are to be able to achieve this against the likes of Fnatic. We are getting ourselves prepared, I believe, for maybe map 2.
Okay. I'll check.
Just double check. We'll check. But while he checks, me and you guys at home, we can just have a little moment together. You know, just you know, rekindle that romance that we once had. It's been a while, I know, but I thought about you. I missed you.
Behave yourself.
Never. But no, it does seem as though we are actually onto map 2, so that's kind of curious. I want to just find out what happened there, because I told you already, I'm still a little new to these rule sets. I tried to have a good read of it, but it's complex. There's no disputing that. But still, I think Fnatic may have won that. No, no, 3-2 to...
Oh, it was Fnatic. Okay. Fnatic 3-2. That's right, because they got that second MCOM detonation right before the end of the first half. That's why I forgot it.
God damn it, Mitchu Belesley. You're meant to be the one.
The one. I am.
That's right. I don't need you. I'm going back to the guys in Twitch chat because, you know, Kappa123, Ailamau. But yeah, do make sure you give us your feedback on Twitter because we always do appreciate it. I've not done this well. Maybe not the fact that we just didn't realize who won that one. That was an error. Stop playing the music in the resort. Actually go back to it. It's a nice backing track. It's
good. It's like elevated music, but it's like I don't know, like one of those like glockenspiels, like whatever, like the pipe things. I don't know, wind chimes or something.
Well, at least we're having fun. We're just waiting on the game to start. We can jump in the map so you can have a little look around with us. Go back to it. I want to see you.
By the way, this is not the Gold Coast. The Gold Coast is in Queensland, Australia.
Stop it.
All right?
Alright.
I was born there. This is bollocks.
Let me just turn up the game volume sheet. Wait. Shh. Go back. Oh, it's very relaxing, isn't it?
I feel very zen right now, you know?
So, welcome to the ESL One Battlefield 4. Second map here in round 2. And at 2 o'clock we'll be going for our spa day. But yeah, we are just waiting on the players to ready up. I'm going to turn that down again before people start
Pilates
shooting.
will be commencing at 11 AM in the main foyer.
Do join us.
Have some lovely beverages by the pool. Have a chair as well.
Yeah, have a seat in the pool. With that relaxed. Anyway, before the mayhem kicks off, yeah, I'm still really new to this map, so you're going to have to go real easy to me. At least in the fact that this is, in this game mode, I guess, it's not what I'm used to. But I'm very excited to see how it plays out. And it looks like the teams are almost ready. That's right, so we're going to be into this one now. I haven't seen Hainan Resort played in the games that we've casted. I would almost say yet this season. Awful. Yep. We're both going to be bad at this. I saw it last season. I just saw it last season. All right. And the story behind this is this was a map that was a go-to for the current Maximum, who are now, the then Maximum, now Penta. And they beat Fnatic on this one as well to secure, I think themselves, one of the cups. Look at Drunks. Give me a quick shot of Drunks here because he's already on the flank. The other three are going to be playing the kind of anchor role on the bomb. He's flanking around the back. If they get the spots, he get a hell of a lot of kills here. He's going to take his time on the first shot and doesn't actually land it all that well. Running the stubby grip, so not as potent, let's say, as the angle grip over range, but getting up close, he's going to get those spots down and support the rest of his side as they do kind of encompass this entire map and end up pushing down for those kills. Easy going to start running up, look towards the top of that balcony, maybe try and find a couple of kills here and there, but not having much luck, and they look a little lost themselves. Yeah, it's a lot of back and forth here. Fnatic down to 2 players. This is their pick, mind you, so you would think that they have some sort of strategy sort of set up. Mortar's on the run with the bomb. He's gone for a little dip in the pool. Waiting for that Pilates class to kick off. Not going to have a chance at it, though, as it looks as though Paxa, should I say, or should I say anyone else, as I can't get their names right at times because I'm an awful caster, has picked up the bomb, and they will be starting to run it towards the opposition. I think Mort was showing us one of his favourite Pilates positions, actually. Yeah, the old play dead. Did you say that on air? Oof. Yeah, Pilates. Nothing untoward about that at all, but it's only Biscuit and Taiyu left now, and Fnatic are coming forward in numbers. It seems to be working out well for them. The bomb giving away Biscuit's position now. No opportunity for him to plant this one, and Mort will send him packing. And now Fnatic, this is Hainan Resort for you. It's so easy to go between those bomb sites. There's a short sprint across the map, and then you are already ready to plant the bomb after defusing it here. So Alien coming forward. What does he see? Setting up, and might be Drunks to close it. Coming in, though. Mort's got the bomb. He's getting that plant through. The respawn's coming from that southeastern side. So Hawaii and Biscuit, the top fraggers ready for Revo, are en route. But Drunks going to be playing that supporting role. Finds Alien, cuts them off at the knees, and going to go on the flank again. If they can slow these boys down, this is perfect. And there already Hawaii gets dropped. It's down to Paxa, who's going to surely get that revive. But while this happens, Fnatic are holding the back within the result. Poolside drama coming into effect is certainly in Fnatic's hands now. And this could be another one on the board, but it's going to come down to Mort now. He's got 3 players, make it 4 closing in. He gets found out in the end, and this could be a very clean defuse if someone isn't watching the cross. Unfix was hoping to have some shots out from the window, but he's not all he can see. He's going to have to do it the old-fashioned way and get towards that bomb side. Should be a defuse here, easy enough for Pacha, and he gets it done. Oh, and Easy's nade picked up the 2 players who weren't on that side of the bomb. So close but no cigar, and they need to get off those sunbeds and get back into the action already. Hawaii and Taiyu going to be finding the kills. Open things back up, and even Fnatic merely with 2 at this point. The 2 players are unfixed, and Mortar going to start heading around on the southern side, checking out the beach before he goes on that lovely romantic path to maybe find that bomb, which is already being challenged down by Biscuit. Oh, Biscuit now getting the better of him there as well, using the flank as well. Had the same idea at least. The problem is Mort was always spotted there with the bomb. He was trying to use the low profile of the terrain to get through sort of unscathed here, but he only made it half the way. And here's Revo with a lot of players ready to make a plant here. We do see Drunks who's over here, and also, of course, a spawn in from Mort. See what he can do. Long range, not going to be easy to connect these shots, and he is going to be taken down there by the Magnum. Nicely played there by Hawaii, and that's going to be a plant now for Revo. Yeah, and to be fair, Revo are in a really good position to hold this one. Fnatic are going in and dribs some drabs towards the northeast side. Valor and Easy are going to be working their way back through. That's Easy there, as you can see, just spraying it wildly. But the higher ground, the better cover is set up by Revo. And it's going to be a real tough one to retake it, but Valu's going to pick up the mantle, gets a 1, gets a 2nd. He's going wild right now, and that bomb is now under pressure. You're going to see the revives come in. The incendiary grenade slowed him down, but the defuse will come through. And once again, Fnatic live to fight another day.
Yeah, between these two sides here, both A sites, it is a bit of a fairly open terrain there.
Oh, yeah.
The only reason why it can be so strong is with the sort of short-range AEK fight coming from the main complex. It's hard to take players out as they run across. But here's Mort already getting himself set up in a very forward position. He's towards a bomb site. Just trying to set things up here as well, but we're not seeing a heck of a lot from Revo. They're not showing themselves here. They're just sitting back behind the flower beds before it's their time to strike. But there goes the plant. An Alien will be on the side, be ready to do some work, but Valitaja takes him down. Too easy, also gets on the Biscuit. This could be very, very nasty here for Revo. It's just Tayu to hold out on the grass. You know, he gets picked up. Hawaii spawns in, but it's essentially a squad wipe.
Yeah, as close as you're going to get. Hawaii going for a little cheeky swim. Just you know, dipping his feet in the water, but while all this happens, that clock is certainly against them. They're not going to have the easiest time getting back into this one. Hawaii, as you can see, it's so hard when you're being suppressed at these sort of points to break back into it. You need that flank to come in from either the northeastern side or just hit some outstanding shots, especially with the range drop-off of that AEK in the hands of Paxa. He's going to have to get up close, and I don't think there's much time for it. You can hear those final moments coming into play. Value might sacrifice himself, drops down the detonate. He knows he's buying time, and there we go. Fnatic close it down. They lose out on their players, but they got the job done.
No, that's definitely worthwhile for them here as they'll spawn in due time, and the bomb won't be even appearing yet for a little while here. So it's a bit of a mess here over between these two A sites, but Fnatic have done it. They get that first MCOM plant there, and one of the harder sites to hit. I mean, C can be a little bit easier because you have, the vertical advantage against the respawning players, but we digress now as the bomb is located, and that is going to go towards the positioning of Revo here as Tayu up on the balcony trying to make the G18 work, and it does. Sends Too Easy back to spawn. And Fnatic now just trying to capitalise, move forward in numbers here as some shots come in towards Valitaja out from the front. And it's good control by Revo on the outside of the apartment complex.
Certainly is. Paxa, I'd be a little cautious, so you can see those nades are coming in, and nades are so important on this. You can use them as dead nades to buy time. It's all down how you want to do this, but the bomb is now on the move. And Revo are going to have to respond to this. Easy. Going to find Biscuit. And they're desperately checking out for where it's going. It looks as though it's maybe heading towards B, so they can maybe cut it off, but bomb is going down as we speak. And it looks like Fnatic have found some form on this map.
All right, well, Mort gets the plant down pretty much straight away here, but Tayu with a nice little double. He's going to make things a little bit harder right now. He gets his third as well. Mort goes down to the G18, and that might even set himself up for a quick defuse. Now the spawns come in on Tayu. They have the positional advantage. Fnatic are caught in the middle of this hotel building, and Drunks isn't in any position to do anything about it. And yeah, Fnatic have given that up for dead. They know that there's no way they can really stop the defuse, and Biscuit will get it done.
So, already Biscuit holding this one close for Revo, doing what they can, and he's going to make that mad dash. And this is such a back and forward game. It really is just from line to line. It's like the beep test is going on in my brain, and it's scary and confusing. Just back and forth, and already waiting in the wings is going to be the man himself. Mort does find one. He knows there's going to be more, though. He's spotted him out, possibly. I don't know if he expects this many. And actually, Value went for the respawn, committed on towards him, and actually that's meant that Revo can break through. They're going to have the opportunity now to get that bomb down.
Too Easy's going to have to bolt now towards this position. Wow, to get that shot at long range is very, very impressive recoil control, and Hawaii will go down. The bomb is left there as well. Couple Revo players sort of getting back up towards that position, but Too Easy's had some time to set up with Mort here as well. They can make things harder for Revo as they try and push up. They can hold them at arm's length, prevent them from really doing too much. It's a great little nade as well on towards, I think it was Alien pushing up, and Pacha might just sit back on this one a bit. This reminds me of Zavod now, with the bomb sort of out towards those hills in the no man's land, and both teams sort of fighting over it here. But Drunks will actually be able to get in towards that one. He picks it up quite quickly. He knows there is a player close by. I think that's Alien. But he'll back off anyway now. Well, Pacho, sorry, left for dead. Completely wrecked there, and Alien now sitting on the bomb site, ready to defend it. But will this be enough? It's not easy to defend. There's not a lot of cover. Alien is waiting for the push in of Fnatic. It's going to be Drunks through the pool. He goes down early on. Now it's Mort trying to shoot through that one there, get some wall bangs, but Biscuit will pick him up. And, well, the bomb is actually in the hands of Unfix, completely going in a different direction here towards C. And there is no one. There is no one, really. Well, at least Revo now on there just in time, but Hawaii will be able to get the defuse, and Fnatic gets squad wiped.
Yeah, they certainly do. Drunks is still alive, but not by much. And just going to wait in those couple of moments. It's back on the board. And this is going to be one of those back and forth games, I feel. It's, you know, it's more about when you get those squad wipes, you know, not if you do. Because every one of these teams has been able to squad wipe each other. It's getting it at the right time, supporting each other in the best way possible. As Hawaii will forge a path through towards C. Nice little double. Going to take down not only Drunks, but Easy as well. And Revo doing the damage. That's what I mean. They can easily get these squad wipes, but then can they transfer that towards a plant and then staying alive and sustaining long enough to be able to close it down. And already that AEK doing some work there. Of course, the rate of fire is outstanding. I think that's 900 RPM in comparison to, let's say, the 770 that comes with the Ace 23. So already in these sort of close range firefights, it is far superior. Tayu going to be choosing that one as well. And looking for the opportunity. Not going to get it. That's going to be easy. And once again, the kind of battle of the building going to be won out slightly by Revo coming back into it.
They do have players where they need it, but here you go. Yet again, Mort was the man last time to do this. He gets over towards the bomb side. He's going to go for the plant here as well. Who will be around him to contest this one? In fact, that Revo player was Alien, just got taken down. So now they have the high ground advantage, and Revo have to try and spawn him. You see Biscuit just getting completely wrecked there as he tries to make his way up. This is an unassailable position.
Yeah, this could be in real trouble, actually. And let's see how this one goes down. I don't know if Revo can do this. They're literally working uphill here. Paddock's not going to get that shot off. You know that recoil and the way it spreads is not ideal with that AEK. It's a dangerous one to keep under wraps, but Drunks is going to show him how it's done. The classic player with this. But time is now certainly coming up against them. Slowly but surely, Fnatic are just taking the lead here a little bit. Easy's going to find Biscuit. They've got a great setup going on. Time is now certainly ticking. You can hear it starting to become rather vital.
10 seconds is when that starts going off, so really no time there as well. Fnatic have done very well after, well, arguably a fairly rocky first map there. Definitely a lot of back and forth, close in the end. This one definitely seems to be a little bit of a different situation. Fnatic now with 2 MCOM detonations in that half. Very strong performances there. As you said, scoreboard, not really about the fragging here, but it's Mort. It's been Mort, especially towards that second MCOM they hit. He's actually somehow been able to flank around and get there, and Revo haven't had the people to sort of contest.
Yeah, and it was very frantic, let's bear that in mind as well, and that's seemingly where Fnatic have actually flourished a little more. I'm amazed to say, because normally they were the team that hated that sort of atmosphere where it was kind of like up in the air, this kind of like crazy back and forth play, but picking up Resort as a map as a whole, I think, is very much telling towards they want to play that style. They want that kind of fast, aggressive, in-your-face sort of pacing, which is very unconventional for Fnatic, but, you know, Revo, the thing is that they had moments of composure, and they had moments where they were in the lead, but in my eyes, it was always off the back of a Fnatic maneuver. They were never leading the pace itself, and I'd be interested to see if they can maybe do a little more on the second half here, because as noted, Fnatic did take the lead in that one pretty much, so very, very hopeful that they can do something in this, but still, I guess it doesn't matter how close you get. At the end of the day, it does seem as though Fnatic are still closing down these rounds. Yeah,
and the thing is, Fnatic always seem to have a game plan in mind.
Oh,
you have to think about the strategy in Battlefield, especially in squad obliteration. It changes a lot. You have a basic idea of where you want to go. You want to take control of this area and then translate into controlling this area, and then you make sure you have the players there as well. Every time you die, every time you wipe, you have to reset on that one. You have to adapt that strategy. Okay, so our spearhead's dead. We have 2 players on the other side of the map. How do we now transition into going for something similar, or do we change completely? So Fnatic have always seemed to be the guys making the calls, being proactive here as well, and Revo just trying to shoot them.
Yeah, pretty much. It's kind of been, you know, one leading and the other following. But let's just kind of dive in while we wait for these guys to get it started back up. Just maybe taking a couple of moments to discuss things through and take their time. But I'm amazed at how much of the fighting does happen towards the outskirts of this map, and the fact that actually no one's really running with more of a ranged rifle. It does seem as a lot. I want you to see how many of them have the stubby to angle grip. I'm curious now. I'm curious. Let's see. All right, who spawned in? Unfixed and Mort. Let's see on you two what you guys are running with. So, potato grip, which is essentially the same as a stubby, and Mort, put your knife away. God damn. Get back in the map. And they've all got their knives out. Stop it. Stop it. I want to see what you have. Potato grip, Tayu, angled grip. Okay, so he's at least got the angled grip on there. Stubby. So, the top fragger for Revo was Tayu, who had the angle grip. I'm not saying that actually matters anything in this. I'm kind of interested into Drunks' setup, though, as he will be one of the more veteran AEK players in this, and he'll be starting things off very soon, because we are almost ready to go live here. And Fnatic will be starting out on the Chinese side. On the US side, it's going to be Revo, and it's all to do for Revo. These guys need to find some real form. They need to actually close down these rounds. So Drunks is ready to rumble. He's going to go in with the stubby grip as well, so looking for some real close range action, and he might get that very, very soon.
Well, he's out towards the outside there. Spots are coming on towards those Revo players here. You can see Too Easy up on top there, so Fnatic trying to take control of this on multiple levels. Too Easy does descend the stairs, and he's going to catch one of those Revo players unaware. Alien never knew what hit him.
Yeah, certainly not. Just Easy piling down there, and he actually got 2 in the end. Value's going to find Hawaii, and they've already almost got a squad wipe going on here. They're going to be getting some real good control early on. Axa is still up and kicking, but not ideal. Valu trying to hunt him down anyway, just suppressing the hell out of them. But here comes those respawns. Northeastern side. Drunks has not spoiled them out just yet, and that'll be the death of him.
Tayu now going to make his way over the wall with the rest of his team. The bomb is going to go down at B. It's Too Easy, the one to deliver that. Let's see if he can make some shots here as well. He does. He's in a great position now to deal with Alien and Center. He comes straight towards him now. You can see Revo splitting wide here a little bit, trying to come around from the side. But Mort has actually got himself a nice little location here. He'll be able to see any sort of wide flanks if they do push in towards the pool.
See, I was curious why they planted B after seeing those respawns, but seeing where actually, as you mentioned, Drunks is, where Mort is, it makes sense. Drunks is now pushing forward for the aggressive shot. Once again, missing a player to the right of his side. He does at least get one down towards Paxa. But there we go. Valu will kind of clean up the mess that was made, but it's down to a 2v1. Revo do have the numbers, but they just do not have the ground. And Too Easy and Valu going to get the reinforcements in, and time is not against them for Fnatic. They can just chill this one out. Kick back. GG, well played to said. And Fnatic going in hard in that second half.
1 minute and 30 seconds was the length of that second half. Crazy stuff there. And even Valu actually found himself being the last man on that squad for a bit there.
Yep.
Didn't matter because there was no one from Revo even remotely close towards getting that defuse.
It was insanely fast. And I was very interested why they planted on that bomb site. So, for example, I'm trying to think my mind back to it. I think it was on A, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just turn that down. And then you saw the setup. I think it was Drunks and Mortar were kind of up towards the northeast side in those kind of little kind of car park area with the brilliant cover. And they could just have the perfect line of sight down towards that bomb site itself. And they were super, super potent at getting that done. But yeah, quick and easy, it seems, for Fnatic on score, but in the actual rounds, they were fairly close, even though that kind of closeout didn't say it.
No, not at all there. So a very quick end to Hainan Resort. Now we're starting to maybe understand exactly why Fnatic went for that one, especially when we really haven't seen too much of it in the past. Good to hear that they're doing a little bit of practice here as well, and they'll be moving in towards the next round, and I believe their opponent, if all goes well for them, will be Penta. It'll be Penta and Infamous in the other game, so Fnatic Penta is always good to see.
Who's in Penta these days, if you don't mind me asking?
It's a Smashy has joined in.
Oh, okay.
Nold actually was let go. EnterQ is their 6th because he's too young, but it's essentially the same. So it's still, it's still much the same. So your Wyros is in there, your Lex. I think Cammy is still in the lineup as well. So.
All right, so that's a nice big lineup to get, look towards. And I can imagine, I don't know actually, for Fnatic they originally always lost out to the kind of French side, so I think they'd want to almost avoid Infamous to a degree. But then again, Penta have looked super dangerous at the moment, especially with that resort sort of play, as you noted, coming through from them. So a lot can be found out here in the next game, and I can't wait to see how the bracket kind of unfolds.
That's right, well, ladies and gentlemen, another quick break now while we wait for the rest of these games to resolve, and we'll be back soon with our semi-finals. Don't go too far, get yourself a drink, reset, and get ready for some more Battlefield coming right at you.